OTT content viewers soaring, but so is the debate on whether it should be regulated. There's a big debate on this week on the need for some form of regulation on the content on OTT. Here it is.
OTT platforms have opened up a new and fresh avenue of creative expression. But it has also opened up a debate on regulation question.
But I said it in the past, I'll say it today again also, that OTT platforms has the responsibility of ensuring that their platform does not propagate vulgarity and abuse camouflaged as creative expressions.
There are those who are demanding restrictions on OTT.
Solution है वो है moral and ethical values. और ये सीधा OTT सोशल मीडिया में जो बकवास चल रही है, जो गंदगी चल रही है, वो सीधा उसको बढ़ावा दे रही है. IPC 292, 293 के अंदर प्रोविजन है और इसी तरह से माँ बेटियों का इस गलत तरीके से, अश्लील तरीके से उसका चित्रण नहीं कर सकते हो.
A censor on OTT and all this, vulgarity, nudity, gali galoch should, stop.
Even the RSS has raised the issue.
OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स है, उस पर कैसे कैसे चित्र आते हैं, क्या क्या आता है. अभी तो कोरोना में बालकों के हाथ में भी मोबाइल आ गया और ऑनलाइन तो देख ही रहे हैं और क्या देखते क्या नहीं इसका कोई नियंत्रण नहीं.
So far, there is no strict regulation.
Let me put it very straightforward manner that there is no censorship like films. There is no requirement of pre-censorship. There is a self-classification which will be informed by the concerned platform.
But is it time for one? Let's debate.
Okay, opening the debate here. Let's have an opening statement from Rahul Ishwar. What do you think, Rahul? People say we are being too moralistic by asking for a cleanup of OTT.
Absolutely no. Liberty comes with responsibility. Creativity comes with sensitivity. There is nowhere in the world that liberty and responsibility cannot come together. We cannot go for an anarchic kind of argument saying that there cannot be any checks and balances. Yes, there needs to be some checks and balances. There needs to be some kind of content moderation, supervision, oversight. That doesn't mean we are becoming a fascist state. That doesn't mean we are a nanny state. There is a responsibility for every OTT platform to adhere because our children are seeing, our brothers, sisters are seeing. And I thank Salman Khan for speaking up for that and Anurag Thakurji for rightly pointing out. See, this is a bipartisan issue. It all, social health, social morals, ethics, all these things are definitely will be affected. I'm not being a moral police, but some
I
kind
now
of
would like to bring in
Rashmi.
Rashmi, as a youngster yourself, this view is that this is, this is the kind of debate that the older generation is interested in. It is anti-youth. Do you look at it this way?
Not at all, Arnab. I think definitely a lot of freedom comes with a lot of responsibility. And as a youth, I think it's wrong for minors to have access to content left, right, straight without any regulation. And we've seen in the past how the entertainment industry has used obscenity to push their content when the content was not up to the mark. There's been a history of that. So I think with that in the fore, I think to protect our minors and to protect youth who are not yet 18, it's essential to have certain rules and regulations which apply to the general sort of film industry per se. Because I think the OTT is self-regulated currently. It is not as well regulated as the films are. So I think that sort of uniformity can come in and a little bit of regulation is absolutely necessary.
Yeah, Akashdeep, it's a race to the bottom as far as the OTTs are concerned. Internationally, it's a race to the top. You have high quality content, you have non-fiction, you have well-researched material on which a lot of money is spent. Now, there is a lot of money in the Indian OTT industry too. But why is it that instead of creating high quality content, we have a race to the bottom, who can be more abusive, who can be more explicit and who can be more violent? That's the kind of content we are seeing multiply.
Firstly, that's not the. No, that's not the.
Oh, it absolutely is.
I completely deny what.
Oh, it absolutely is.
If you, it is not.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay, then you want to answer your own question.
No, I don't want to, but I'm asserting that everybody knows. No, I'll ask this question to the viewers. Is it true or not that there's a proliferation of violent and sexually explicit content is becoming the norm on various Indian OTT platforms? Yes, please continue. Please continue.
Okay, Arnab, the fact that you praised international content as a race to the top vis-a-vis India, where it's a race to the bottom.
No, I said Indian OTT platforms, it's a race to the bottom in terms of vulgarity, bad language, sexually explicit content, and I did not speak of all. Yeah. I said it is becoming a norm. We need to stop it.
And you have not seen that on... Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I am saying here it is becoming a norm.
Platforms. You've not seen it on international. How is it becoming a norm when it is there too, but for you it's a race to the top there? That's okay. I'm saying I completely agree with you that the person in charge of the content, the director, should have a self-censorship on what threshold he has to reach.
What self-censorship, man?
He's trying to depict.
That doesn't
work.
Other than that,
so no responsibility.
Other than that, no censorship works because you're talking.
Okay, so you're saying
you're talking of a platform where you will censor content on a platform, but it will be available unedited on social media.
No, I don't get this.
Please understand the larger picture.
No, I don't get this. Please understand. Please understand. 33% of...
1 minute, Arnab. Let me finish.
1 second, sir. 33% of children have access to OTT and
on platforms.
33% of children.
Children have access to the internet.
Okay, we got Shehzad also joining in now. Shehzad, 1 minute. Shehzad, please. Shehzad.
What you censor on an OTT platform will be available.
Well, I'm not saying it.
Social media.
I'm not saying it.
It's a hogwash.
But I'm not saying it. The whole across the country, people are saying this in a viral way. It's not me, sir. Shehzad, it's not me. You think this debate is limited to Republic? No. This debate is not limited to Republic. It's a public debate everywhere.
On a free media.
So let it be.
Yeah, so it will be.
Start regulating.
Okay.
I remember during Tandav, during when web series had released Tandav, that time they had said that we will do the self-regulatory thing. But that was taken care of. Those scenes were deleted. Now people are grown up. Adults are there. If you can remember during COVID, it was these very OTT platforms which kept us at home, who kept us entertained at home, be it anyone. So how can you start...
no, I'm not talking about entertainment.
We're not talking against OTT platforms here. We're talking about regulating them, just as other films are.
See, you cannot regulate them. You should... Everybody's got freedom of speech. And then, yes, the person who...
See, freedom of speech comes with a degree of responsibility. And every rule of freedom of speech does have legislative recourse to when it is misused.
It is...
Similarly,
Madam, it is up to the viewer.
Must be regulated.
It is up to the viewer. It is up to the viewer who wants to watch.
A viewer below 18 does
it.
not know how to, make the difference between what is, appropriate and what is not. So when it comes to minors, you cannot.
It is the responsibility of the parents. It is the responsibility of the parents not to give him a mobile till he is not grown up.
Just because OTT platforms do not want to be censored, how do you underplay the other advantages of having a mobile phone? There is so much learning that happens through devices.
Sir, please remember, there needs to be a balance between liberty and liberty and creativity. Please understand, there needs to be a balance. That's the reason. Sir, no. Sir, no. Even social media have their own guidelines. Even social media, including Facebook and the other things, have content moderation guidelines. Sir, there is. Even in Facebook, there is content moderation. There are guidelines. That's the reason why we need to have a moderate, responsible guidelines for everyone. How is OTT above law?
Created content.
You cannot.
Sir, creativity should come with responsibility to write.
Yes.
Sir, civil society.
And
civil society will decide where to draw the line.
Okay, here's one thing. Here's one thing. Since this 1 minute, Shehzadji and Akashdeep, since this very...
People want to be in an illusionary
Akashdeep, since this argument is being made almost as if...
We believe that there is no sex, there is no bad words, cuss words.
Who is saying all this?
In India.
Who is saying all this? But perversion should not be
By
promoted.
saying clamp censorship.
Perversion should not be promoted. Perversion.
Who
There is a difference
defines
between
what?
erotica content
Tell
and
me, show
pornography.
me an
Let us
effective
define.
mechanism.
Let us define. Let you
Oh,
and
now
me and
don't-
our civil
I
society
understood,
define.
Rahul.
Let us
Show me
define,
a
sir. Let us
mechanism.
define.
Rahul, it
Sir, there is
sounds
mechanism
very
around the
nice.
world.
Rahul,
Look
it
at
sounds
Europe,
very
look at
nice.
Middle East,
Show
look
me
at
a
all the
mechanism
nations.
how you
They
can
do
make
have
this
content
work.
moderation.
No, these are
In
the...
Facebook there
You
is.
want to make India like the Middle East?
No, I want to make India
They-
like all...
You want to make
all-
India like
I
the
want to
Middle
make
East?
India the greatest of
We
all
want to make
democracies,
India
which it is.
responsible.
One minute. Can
let's
I
work on that.
just
So-
sir, can I
so
come in?
find a
So,
So let us-
One line.
Akash
One
Deep,
line. Find a
you please
mechanism
let me
where
say
you can-
something so that I can have a little bit
There's
of
a last
say.
show you can
Now
silence.
I will have
Yes,
to
last
plead to
show
you
you can
like this.
silence.
Thank you, Akash Deep. See, there are two of you. Magically, there are two of them which appear every time.
well
There are two. I've never seen two Rashmis on my program. There are two Akash Deep. So, Akash Deep, since you cannot have enough of yourself, take a chill pill. Okay, now listen to me. Question is, but don't have this.
Arnab, I don't get 1 minute of clear silence to speak. Yeah.
Nobody's ever got that on my program. Now my question is this.
Everyone is talking
You say other countries. I say in Singapore, there is the Infocom Media Development Authority 2016 mandates service providers to obtain a license for an OTT to release. Australia, Broadcasting Services Act 1992, principal legislation governs the OTT sector. European Union, since 21st December 2020, OTT service providers have to comply with a number of new regulatory requirements or face the threat of massive fines. USA, your favorite country, USA, we are all in the USA, we are not. Come back to earth, please don't do this, okay? Now in the USA, proposal in 2019 recommending a new regulatory framework to monitor unregulated online content. Now you say UAE, you said Middle East. Middle East also, OTT platforms are obligated to work with licensed telecom companies. And now my question to Akash Deep is this. Akash Deep, are you telling me that in national interest, in public interest, that is why semi-pornographic, explicit, vulgar and extremely violent content is being created? Because you see, these OTT providers want to provide good content. Or is it because they have taken a lot of money, high valuation, to justify the valuation, they somehow need subscribers? And therefore, you put out semi-pornographic, explicit content in the hope it will attract more subscribers, which will convert to higher valuation, etc., etc. Answer me.
Arnab,
Don't tell me. Answer me.
Arnab, I want to
Now,
just
can
tell you
I
one
speak,
thing.
please? See,
I'll
before
just speak
I
1 minute,
started,
please.
somebody's coming. Shehzad, can I
Arnab,
speak? See, this is what I say.
Yeah,
Arnab, you've asked me a question.
just 1
Shehzad, your
minute. I
turn
just
will
want
come.
to-
Shehzad, give me 10 seconds. I will lose
because
my
Arnab
thought.
is-
I will lose my
Don't
thought.
lose
You
your
come
thought.
when your time
Okay,
comes.
go ahead.
You've lost the
Arnab,
plot
the
already.
point
Don't lose
is,
everything else now.
There is no study to reveal that explicit everything, there is no study
What
to
explicit?
prove that explicit content is giving you more rating and making your channel popular. My point to you is very simple and practical.
If I may,
you will take 4 platforms.
Okay, we have
1
limited time,
minute,
so
let me
Rashmi is
finish.
coming in, Rashmi.
1 minute, yaar, let me finish.
Rashmi, demolish his argument.
So you can't take 4 platforms and curb them when the same content is available on the
Rashmi,
next
10
release.
seconds.
1980s, 1990s,
Absolutely,
films which do
absolutely,
not
absolutely.
run in the theaters
I totally
have then
agree with
shot
Rashmi,
an
you
item
are
song to promote the
I
film.
would like
So there is a
to
history in the
But that
entertainment
content
industry of
can be
using
freely
vulgarity.
available on
Shehzad,
social
then
media.
close.
Not content which
Who
is
are you?
not
Who are
On a certain channel which runs a show, a very big show, had invited a very famous porn star on his show for TRPs. When private channels are doing this, so why are you behind the OTTs?
Don't ask
and this
me.
was long time ago, which is hosted by a certain superstar. And that time a very big porn star was called.
Anyway, that doesn't happen on Republic, so you go and ask those people. No, don't ask me.
Anarchy is
And the people
So
who
I'm
did
just
that out of
telling you
business
that
now
why
must be.
people-
Anyway, viewers, I'll close at this point. I think OTT needs to be cleaned up. You don't need to clamp down, but you need to clean it up. And I shall see you after the weekend. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a glorious weekend. See you soon. Good night and goodbye.